For all the work, all the talk, all the conversations, digital analytics is not indispensable to the businesses that they're a part of. So how can sustainable analytics help them become indispensable?
Yeah, I think it's a really, really powerful topic. And I think one of the reasons why analytics is seen as dispensable, and again, we've talked about this over and over again, but it's worth repeating over and over again, why analytics is often among the first to get budgets cut, among the first to get laid off, is that we're seen as a cost center. And the reason why that is because for so long we haven't thought about analytics as a sustainable solution. And so we haven't cared about the costs. You know, it's like, whatever, let's just produce stuff. It doesn't worry what it costs. And what's ended up happening is our organizations have become very expensive, not just from a people perspective, but if you think about it, and doing the opposite of sustainability, it's, well, we got to capture all this data and have this really complex implementation. More data is better. That comes at a cost. It comes at a cost of maintenance. It comes at a cost of storage and processing. It comes at a cost at using that data, but also it comes at other costs. It comes at the cost of potentially destroying trust in your data, destroying trust in your analytics program. That's very costly and expensive. And so, you know, when we haven't thought sustainably about our analytics practices, we've generated a huge amount of cost. And that can be okay as long as that cost is offset with the value that we create. But oftentimes it hasn't been. And we've talked about this on previous episodes that we've been caught since like 2005, 2006 in this seeming never-ending cycle of re-implementation. And not to say that implementation is a one and done. It surely is not. We both agree that implementation is a living, breathing thing, that it's constantly being maintained and upkept and added to and changed. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about getting an implementation up and running and then ripping it all the way down to the foundation and rebuilding. Get an implementation up and running, ripping it down. Getting implementation up and running, switching vendors, rebuilding it, ripping it, like nonstop. And so when you're in a constant state of building from scratch or from a basic foundation, it's really, really hard to get the maximum value out of your analytics practice. And then you combine that with the costs of, you know, collecting more data. Now we need more IT teams, more of the IT's time involved in implementing and QA, and it becomes very costly, and we have a huge target on our back. You know, it's like this team is creating a lot of costs for us. We're not seeing the value. And I think thinking sustainably about an analytics practice is a good place to start to pivot that from being a cost center to at least being aware of what you cost as a team. At least having some awareness around the impact, the footprint you're leaving as a team. So even if you can't create amazing amounts of value, hint, you can, but even if you couldn't, you can at least reduce your cost and your footprint. And that alone will put your team in a better place than they are today.